It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talks Flicks podcast. I'm your host, Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. And ladies and gentlemen, this past week, I took on missions that were virtually impossible. I took on impossible missions. And I'm going to get into that, but first, a couple things. I want to give a big shout out to Tangier. Got some plays over in Tangier this past week. Gracias, gratitude, todo rabá. In Tangier, I heard all about your Tan Jazz Festival. I heard it's very dope, a lot of jazz happening, very cool in Tangier. I would love to check it out. So one of these days, I'm going to take all my podcast money, I'm going to go over to Tangier, and I'm going to check out that Tan Jazz Festival. And additionally, this episode is brought to you by the album called The International Experience. On this album, me, King Cortez, and my lady Queen Cortez, we do songs in 4 different languages: Spanish, French, Portuguese, Arabic. Yes, we did 4 songs in Spanish, French, Portuguese, Arabic. I guarantee you've never heard nothing like it in your life. So if you want to hear the album called The International Experience, I'll put them below. Check it out. Now, let's get on the podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, like the week before, I went on an impossible mission. I joined Ethan Hunt, aka Tom Cruise, and we went on impossible missions. I went on my 3rd impossible mission. I saw Impossible Mission number 3, directed by the one and only J.J. Abrams. Yes, and let me say this. I had not seen it for a long time. And after revisiting it, it was absolutely magnificent. You got action scenes, Tom Cruise running. You got spy action. You got Tom Cruise rappelling from the ceiling around a rope. Yes, it's absolutely magnificent. I forgot how great Mission Impossible 3 was. It was so dope. So I am on my continuing mission to binge all the movies before I see the last one coming up at the end of the month, and I'm going to do it. And now what I want to do is get into some specifics about this movie. Now, when I was watching this, I had forgot that Ethan Hunt tied the knot, and Ethan Hunt got married. Yeah, he got married. He got a woman, he got married, bro. Now, from reading many books and watching many movies and listening to podcasts and reading nonfiction books, I've come to the belief and understanding that in the spy world, it's probably hard to have relationships. I've said it numerous times on this podcast over the last 700 podcasts, every spy show I ever talked about. It's usually hard to have real relationships. They always end bad. So in this movie, Ethan Hunt's married. How would that go? And unfortunately, Ethan Hunt's spy world and real world merged, unfortunately, in a bad way. So in this episode, the villain of the movie, spoiler, gets his wife and uses his wife as a leverage against him. It was absolutely horrible. Like, who would do this? What kind of psychopath, sociopath would use a man's wife against him? Well, in this movie, the villain did that. He did that. He used his wife against him to go ahead and inflict mental and physical pain on him. Who wants to see his wife in a bad position? Nobody. If you have a wife, I'm sure you don't want to see your wife in that position. If you're a woman, you don't see your husband in that position. But in this episode, the villain was such a psychopath, sociopath, whatever I do it about. He went ahead and tried to inflict pain and harm on Ethan through his life. Yes. They open up with that and they end with that. But Ethan Hunt, the savvy spy he is, was able to go ahead and overcome that. Now let me just say what happened. So in the final scene, Ethan Hunt is captured in the chair, he's tortured. And he's able to escape. And he finds out his lady's not in the room with him. His lady's actually somewhere else. So he runs to find his lady. And when he gets there, she's tied up. He found the real lady. Because the other one he's by was a fake. He found the real one. And when he found the real lady, his real woman, his real wife, he proceeded to help her out. But unfortunately, the villain had planted some kind of charge in his brain, which was affecting him. So while he was debilitated, the villain went ahead and started attacking Ethan Hunt. And Ethan Hunt was getting his butt up. And the villain's like, bro, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to beat you up in front of your wife. I'm going to murk you in front of your wife. I'm going to murk your wife. He's saying all this mess. He was attacking Ethan Hunt. And Ethan Hunt was just taking it, getting beat down. And the whole time, him and his wife are kind of eyeing each other. And Ethan Hunt's down for the count. And the villain's going over to go ahead and murk his wife. And his wife's just looking at Ethan. Ethan's hurting, he's down, and now he's hurt, he's down now. He sees his wife, he sees a look on his wife's face. And all of a sudden, he's supercharged, super motivated, and he goes ahead and he attacks that dude, that villain. He takes the villain out with superior combat moves. Seeing his wife gave him a boost of energy because he loves that woman so much. It was phenomenal. She just gave him a look, and all of a sudden, he was supercharged. Now, currently, I do know that feeling a bit. And if you heard of these podcasts, I am now seeing a woman I've talked about many times, and we are together and understand feeling a certain way for a woman. I feel that way now. And by seeing that woman, she gives you a boost of energy. I feel that I understand. I know this. And this happens in the movie. Now, additionally, after he takes out the villain, he still has the thing in his brain. So his wife, his woman, has to go ahead and get that out of him. Now, to get that out of him, he has to charge him with electricity to eliminate it, to destroy it, or whatever, and he's out. Ethan Hunt is pretty much dead. He's like, you make sure you revive me after this happens, because I'm coming back, baby. When that happens, unfortunately, some villains come, and his wife has to handle business, and she takes out the villains. Now, after the villains are taken out, his wife has to bring Ethan Hunt back. And then she's sitting there, she's struggling, she's trying to bring him back. She's giving him mouth to mouth, she's pounding on the chest, he just does not come back. She's crying, she's sad. And when I watched that moment, and Ethan was physically hurt, I've been there. Someone I care deeply about 5-6 years ago, I talk about all the time, Vicente Love, who was instrumental in this podcast, who was a big part of my life, a huge part, a major part of my life for my whole life, and this podcast, and my creativity, and everything in general. She was kind of in a similar position, and I saw that with my own eyes. I saw Vicente Love down and out, and I saw her revived. I felt that, right? I understood. I've seen that. And for your loved one not to come back, it really hurts. Now also, I currently have his lady I'm talking to now, and same thing. I see my loved one struggling because I can't come back and she's in pain because he won't come back. Like, I felt that I would not want to do that to anybody. I want to see my lady like that. Having someone you care about not able to come back, just get murked is a horrible feeling. And I felt that in real life, so I understood this. Now, when I saw the movie initially, I didn't understand because I never felt that like that. I never experienced death like that. I never experienced love like that. But now, as a 49-year-old, I have experienced it a lot, and I can feel that scene even more. I felt it so much, I teared up. The fact that Ethan Hunt's wife could not bring him back was making me tear up. I was so tearing up, it was so moving. But then all of a sudden, Ethan Hunt is revived and he's back. She got her man back. I loved it. It was beautiful. The power of love, bro. The love, the power of love, the power of compassion, the power of love. Seeing your loved one come back on the brink of death is crazy. Now, unfortunately for me, Vicente Love did move on. She came back for a moment, but she moved on. And that itself was super painful. And I'm still feeling the effects of that today. It was very painful in the moment, and I still feel it now, and I still tear up from time to time. Vicente Love meant so much to me, right? It was so painful. It was so difficult. So the movie was more impactful. So let me just say this. The movie's phenomenal. It's absolute madness. It's so good. So far out of the 3, it's my favorite. And I'm going to watch the rest. It may be my favorite. I'm going to figure out after watching all the Mission Impossibles which one is my favorite. This is in the lead right now. It's really, really good. J.J. Abrams is really good at storytelling. I'm not surprised by that. But we'll see how the rest go. But anyways, you should definitely check this out. You should binge them all. They're all great in their own way. They're all phenomenal. This one is great as well. It was so moving, so powerful. And one additional thing. After seeing this, I want to hug my loved ones a little bit closer. Tell them how I feel about them. Because seriously, man, life is not long. People move on, and it's horrible. I've been here, and it sucks. And there's people out there that have known it way longer than I have, and have had it worse than me. And once you lose someone you really care about, it changes your perspective majorly. I read these Buddhist books back in the day, and they would always say that you'd have more compassion after that. And when I read that, I was like, no way, I don't believe that. There's no way I would be better. But actually, after losing Vicente Love, I became more compassionate than I ever have. I appreciate life more than anything. I appreciate waking up. I appreciate breakfast I had. I appreciate the study. I have a greater appreciation for life after Vicente Love has moved on. And this is what these monks told me, and it was true. At first it wasn't, but it is true. I have a deeper appreciation for being alive. And one of my favorite phrases and things to say is viver é bom, which is Portuguese for living is good. Seriously, I'm alive. Life is good. I'm able to breathe, eat, move. I love living, bro. I have appreciation for it. So ladies and gentlemen, I highly recommend Love Living Life. Go watch Mission Impossible 3. You will not be disappointed. Watch all the Mission Impossibles. Go watch the new one. It's going to be a great, great ride because... So ladies and gentlemen, I have done the impossible. And I have conquered many missions, but there's more to go. So I highly recommend you get out and check out Mission Impossible 3. And this concludes the podcast. And until next time, we'll see. While we are postponing Life speeds by. Seneca the Younger. Until next time, it's Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks.